All right, guys, this one means a lot because this man is coming on the show for the very first time. And what a guest it is, displaying heart and perseverance in each and every one of his fights. He returns at UFC 306 against Diego Lopes. I am, of course, talking about Brian Ortega, T-City. Welcome to Submission Radio, man. And I want to kick it off by asking, how you doing, dude? Because in that last fight, in the lead-up, I know you went through a bit of an ordeal with that weight cut. How you feeling as we get ready for UFC 306?
I feel good. Yeah, I feel really good. I'm in a good state of mind. Life is good. Like I said, we're hanging out. It's a vibe over here, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, reading on your Instagram what you went through, what your body went through, how you basically had the fever, things were shutting down on you. How long did it take you to actually fully recover from that whole situation?
It took me about took a week off, but I felt good by Wednesday. But then we decided to just stay a little bit longer, and I think it's just more for like the feeling side of things. I was riding the Depresso Espresso train,
Hmm.
and I was eating my feelings away a little bit.
What's the number one Brian snack that you love to hit
There's
when
no
you?
snacks for me. I over order sushi and then I don't eat it. That's my toxic trait. I order about $200 worth of sushi. I probably eat about $100 worth of it. Then I eat the rest later, and then I do the same thing the next day.
What is it? Is it just like you're hungry at the time, you just can't resist all the options, or how do you get up to $200 worth of sushi?
I pick the best rolls.
Dude, they are colorful.
You gotta pick the best rolls, and each roll is like $20 each. But then you put like you put like some miso in there, some seaweed salad, Then you put some carpaccios there as well. They're pretty pricey as well, especially like the octopus ones and the yellowtail and stuff like that.
Mm.
Tuna and salmon are pretty much, the basic go-to, which they bring it down with the regular price. But everything else, it's up there, and I'm not gonna lie, I never had it growing up, so I want it.
Dude, I'm the same way as well. I got to ask, going into the return, did you ever consider going to 155, or was it always going to be featherweight for you after this whole ordeal?
No, part of the deal that well, part of the deal that happened last fight, or that was gonna be last fight with Lopez, was that I was bulking on 155. I was getting ready to fight 155, and clearly, the drop back to featherweight after putting on some weight, it was not it.
Mm.
But yeah, future talks are still there about going up to lightweight.
Yeah, dude, like what is it about lightweight that interests you? Is it just the fact that do you feel like you're a different fighter at 155, or is it just the fact that there's new challenges, new people to fight, kind of like a fresh division?
The last time that I was informed by the last time I was informed by the UFC that there wasn't really much opponents and fights that they thought were actually interesting for me,
What?
and that they want, and that they didn't like fights for me at featherweight unless it was, I don't know, I can't speak for them.
Mm.
All I know is they just said we don't have a fight for you, and I was like, well, there's some featherweights in the top 10 that I know aren't busy. Are you sure? Said, I know who you're talking about, but we want more for you. I said, okay. And then they said, what about waiting? I said, no, I don't want to wait. Mother time is not on my side right now. I'm not 20s. I'm not in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Can't sit around. I don't want to sit around for a year and waste up good time. So told them I'll stay busy. They said, well, how do you plan on doing that? I said, well, I'll move up a weight class. They said, oh, yeah? I said, yeah. They said, who are you willing to fight? I said, anybody. They threw a name at me. I said, yes. They said, you're crazy. I said, I know.
What was the name?
I'm not going to tell you, brother. Um, then the name said yes, and the name said no, then the name said yes, then the name said no. And then we got a call to fight Lopez on 2 weeks' notice. And then now we're here.
Yeah, wow, dude. Well, look, Lopez is a great fight. I got to ask, like, let's not go into who the people were, but what would your dream fight be at 155 if you could choose anybody?
I don't want to say it because it's a possibility that it's going to be the one that happens next.
Okay, okay. Well, let's keep that one. Let's keep that one secret for now. Let's talk Diego Lopes, dude, because obviously when you weren't able to compete, he ended up fighting anyway. He fought Danny Ige. He ended up having a great performance. What was your reaction when you saw him sticking around on the card and fighting on? You must have been impressed with Diego.
Yeah, I had a lot of respect towards him, given the fact that he didn't have to take that fight. That was actually an option. It says you can get your paycheck, the same one that you were going to get to fight Ortega, without fighting Ortega. Think about that. You can show up, you can get your money for working, but you don't have to work. I'll take it. The man said, no, I want to fight. Didn't matter
Yeah,
what it
dude.
was. They brought Daniga, and both of them fought, and we got the fight that we, you know, that we watched, and it was a great fight.
Yeah, I'm guessing a part of you, like, obviously, when you first got Diego, you would have been excited to fight him from the perspective of, he's a great young fighter and a good challenge. But after seeing what he did against Dan and now having the proper build up to this fight, are you a little bit more excited for this fight, especially with the fact that it's going to go down at UFC 306 in the Sphere?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't really. Not that I don't respect him as a fighter, but I wasn't really excited to fight him. It wasn't someone that was even on my radar as in terms of potential opponents. When the call got, when the call was made and everything happened, it lit a fire underneath me that I was like, hold up. I saw the commentary on it. I saw people's opinions on it. I witnessed what a weigh-in would be like with him. And it got me fired up.
Mm.
And the fact that we started a story and didn't finish it didn't sit right with me. And now that we get to finish it at Noche UFC 306, the Mexican love letter for the fans here from Dana White, I don't think there's a better way of ending that story.
Mm. When was the last time you remember having this much fire going into a fight?
I always have this much fire going into a fight. The last one is the only one I didn't, when I was going to fight him the first time.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only time where I didn't have that fire in me. And I'm not going to lie to you, that was scary. To have no motivation, even when I get out of bed, was not the best feeling.
Yeah, wow. Is there something that you did to get around that feeling, or was it just because, in that moment and that last minute matchup that just wasn't quite the right one?
It was just being sick. It was being, malnourished. It was the lack of everything, lack of sleep, lack of food. From 178 to 153 in a matter of 2 weeks, no joke.
Damn. Yeah, damn.
Body topped out at 153. I'm here just chilling, sweating right now, and I'm lighter than I've been. So it's a really good sign.
Fellas, do you want your grooming routine to be a one and done deal? Well, the days of using the same trimmer for your face and your private parts are over. Thanks to our friends at MANSCAPED. They're coming up with the ultimate package to keep your hairs trimmed from 12 to 6. Introducing the Beard Balls bundle featuring the Lawnmower 5.0 and the Beard Hedger trimmer for the moneymaker, and another one for the boys downstairs. Get 20% off and free shipping now with the code word submission at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code word submission at manscaped.com. And fellas, real talk. I'm about to talk to you out there, the guys that are about to go on their dates, or the guys that are about to go in the gym, or the guys that are about to just go into work or do whatever life things you need to do. There are certain things you need to do to take care of yourself. Manscaped has you sorted, if you know what I mean. With the 20% off with the code word submission and free shipping today, the Ball and Beard bundle will make sure you accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do out there. What about NordVPN? It is the ultimate VPN out there. To get the best discount off your NordVPN plan, you can go to nordvpn.com/submission. Now, our link will give you an extra 4 months on the 2-year plan. That's right, an extra 4 months. And there's absolutely no risk with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The link is down below, or of course you go to nordvpn.com/submission. What about NordVPN? You can watch your sporting events, TV shows, films which aren't available by your region by switching your virtual location. You can protect your private data like bank details, passwords, and online identity. You can switch your location anywhere to save money by purchasing cheaper flights, hotels, subscriptions. And what about the threat protection feature that protects you from viruses, malicious malware, and phishing sites? It's the fastest VPN in the world with no buffering or lagging. Premium cybersecurity for the price of a cup of coffee per month. And one NordVPN account can be used up to 10 devices. That's right, 10 devices. Go to nordvpn.com/submission now. Get the deal. Try it risk-free. It's one of the best apps in the game as well. nordvpn.com/submission. Support this show so we can provide more interviews for you throughout the next few months with nordvpn.com and Manscaped now. Now back to the program. Matchup-wise, Diego, exciting fighter as well, much like yourself. A lot of people predicting this is going to be a real fight of the night, really memorable battle for the fans. How do you sort of see this, you guys matching up skill-wise going in here to UFC 306?
It's good. It's like I told everybody. I said that you have someone who refuses to lose on the feet and refuses to lose in the stand-up.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say that, I bet you have no idea who I'm talking about. That's why this is an exciting fight. You get to fight almost like a version of yourself. Tad bit different styles, same mentality.
Dude, that's a great way to put it, actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, I think it's one of the things that really excites people about this fight. And dude, I know that you mentioned that like 155 potentially down the track, depending on what happens. But what about all the movement that's happening in your division of featherweight? Like, what's your reaction been to Ilia being able to go in there, get this win over Volk? Now he's fighting Max. It must excite you about the potential of maybe fighting him for the title down the track as well, a new potential champion for you to take on.
There's not much traffic going on. There's some fights outside, right? Clearly, I'm fighting. Aljo's fighting Mosvar.
Mm-hmm.
Max is fighting Tuporia. So that is moving. Don't get me wrong. It's like it's not at a stalemate, but
Yeah.
But when it comes to fighting for the belt, that one is kind of already wait in line. I guess that would be the proper way of saying it. Wait your turn. It's like you already had 2 shots at it. Wait your turn, because Max has another shot at it, and Volk has another shot at it, and I'm like the other guy that's gonna have a shot at it come this Saturday. So it's I wait in line, or I don't.
Yeah, you're like that guy at Disneyland that, cuts the line, goes straight to the ride. You've got a good plan in mind for this 155 move. Hey, just quickly, on that Ilia Max Holloway fight, who do you think's actually going to win that one?
I don't know, man. And it's not, I'm not even trying to be political. I have no idea. Tuporia is someone who surprised me, obviously, last time. So I learned very quickly not to say or go against him. Lesson learned. Max is another guy that you don't want to go against. Lesson learned. And then when you look at the styles, you have Tuporia, who has more of a traditional boxer style. You have Max with his just a machine of punches and unorthodox boxing style, but it's very effective. He goes up, he utilizes his range well from up and down and up and low, and hooks and sides and steps and just angles and creativity and just amusement and entertainment as well with it. But then you also have this other side of Tuporia that hasn't been tested, right? Which is like, I heard you've been wrestling since you were a kid. And I know that no one's actually even been able to take you to the ground, or you've been wanting to take anyone to the ground. So who knows if he decides that, hey, I have a trick up my sleeve that you guys don't even know about. So there's just a lot of interesting questions that I have. And I'm honestly looking forward to watching this fight.
Me too, man. Me too. Well, look, before we wrap up, you mentioned like it's a big card. It's a love letter to all the Mexican fans out there. The Shpere, it's going to be incredible. But like, what's it mean for you to not only get a chance to fight this weekend with Diego and sort of deliver this potentially, you know, historic moment for all the fans, but also do it in this sphere environment, man. Like, it looks really trippy in there, dude. I'm not gonna lie, like it looks like a complete game changer.
It is. I only got to see a VR about it, but it's crazy. It's you're facing 16,000 people all in one side, like nothing I've ever seen before. There's 18,000 people at the T-Mobile Arena, and if you've ever been to a fight, that's typically the seating, but it goes all around. Minus it by 2,000, which is not a lot, and you put them all on one side, and you just lift up and stack them in seats. That's it. That's the arena, and then you look behind you, and then you have all these. There's this crazy technology and ideas that were talked about that supposedly are for sure happening now, and it's one to not miss.
Yeah, dude. I know that Diego said that he wants to try to get out there for Grasso's fight, but if the things go to plan for you and you're feeling good, are you going to try to sneak out to one of those seats to see the rest of the card out there?
I don't think I can, man.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't think I can. And you know, good luck trying to finish me. Many have tried.
Yeah, but dude, well, the final question for me is, how do you actually think it goes? What's your prediction for how you and I'm imagining a battle, man, and I know you respect the guy a lot.
Someone is gonna get finished. Guaranteed. You know me. You've seen me. I either put you on your shield or you put me on mine. I'm not going on my shield.
Perfect, dude. Well, listen, man, I cannot wait. Congratulations on the big return, man. I'm really happy that the fighters on the Sphere card, UFC 306, Brian Ortega takes on Diego Lopes in one of the most exciting fights on the card. Dude, welcome back. I'm happy you're feeling better. And thank you so much for joining me, man. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you.